Okay, now we're going to do another Guild Wars 2 core build. This time we're going to do the Mesmer, and we're going to be running the Greatsword and the Staff. And for utilities, we're going to be running Signet of Ether, Signet of Domination, Signet of Illusions, Signet of Midnight, and the last elite you can pretty much choose what you want. I just threw a Signet there because it looks like it belongs. Alright, now let's go into the equipment. Alright, the equipment is Power, Precision, Condition, and the highest one of the three is Precision. And once again, Eagle's Runes because it adds a 6% damage against targets with less than 50% health, which is always extra to get a little bit of damage. I have, apparently my weapons don't match. I thought they did, but Power, Precision, Ferocity on the Greatsword, and I have Daredevil Staff, which must have came from my Thief, and has quite a few bonuses. I have Frailty and Perception for Sigils, and we go over here, and I have Power, Precision, Condition damage on my accessories for most of them. Other ones I tried to at least get 2 out of the 3 stats, except for the back piece. I have no idea what I was thinking there. Alright, let's get into the traits real quick. Alright, now, actually before I do that, we're running 67% crit. So, we go over here to Dueling and gain Vigor, which is Endurance / Dodge Regeneration whenever you hit a critical hit every 10 seconds. And I know we'll be hitting a critical hit within 10 seconds as long as we're constantly attacking. So you'll get 5 seconds of dodge boost and built back up. Phantasms have Fury, gives them 10 seconds of 20% critical damage, critical chance, which is always good. Illusions inflict bleeding on critical hits. Conditions always help as we are Power, Precision, Condition. That's kind of what we're going for here. Alright, Mirror, gain a barrier that reflects projectiles after an evasion. In case you're getting beat up and you dodge, it'll buy you a couple seconds to take a big hit so you can get out of there. Gain Fury when you strike an enemy whose health is below the threshold at 75. That's pretty well, but the nice thing about this is the Fury lasts 5 seconds, and it, what do you call it, it recharges or procs or whatever they want to call it after 5 seconds. So once they're under 75, you're constantly getting that 5 seconds of Fury over and over again. Create a clone at your current position when you dodge, and that will help you get out of trouble so you can stay close enough to hit but not take all of the damage. Next line is Chaos. Gain Regeneration when your health drops below 75%, which is always good. Let's see here. Gain stacking damage reduction whenever you summon an illusion, which we will constantly be doing in this build. Gain protection when you gain regeneration. Okay, so when you go underneath 75% health, you'll gain regeneration, and you'll also gain 3 seconds of protection. Gain chaos armor, grants protection. Staff and trident skills. Okay, I did this for the recharge and the 4-second damage reduction. That's where I was headed with that thought. Outgoing boon condition duration increase for every boon on you. I really could care less about that one. You're kind of stuck with it anyway. Bountiful Disillusion. Gain stability when you shatter a skill. You and nearby allies gain boons based on which shatter is used. I don't really shatter much with this build, but we do have other ones we could do. You could increase stealth. Let's see here. When you interrupt a foe, you could immobilize them and inflict them with a random condition. Not really worried about it. Domination. Okay, inflict vulnerability when you interrupt a foe. Illusions, 15% more damage, which always helps. Dazing applies vulnerability. Not really relevant, but we're stuck with it. Signets grant you grants reduced recharge, if I can talk right, and activating one grants you distortion. So distortion basically makes you immune to condition and damage for like 1 second. So because we have all these signets, we could pop them off one right after another and buy ourselves 5 seconds of time if we were really in trouble. Not that it's going to do a whole heck of a lot, but it helps. Deal more damage for every stack of vulnerability. And last but not least, Imagine Burden. The great sword skills gain recharge. Phantasm Berserker summons an additional Berserker but does less damage. So that would be, let me switch over here, and that is this one that already does massive amounts of damage. So that works out great in our favor. Okay. Now let's see if there's any enemies left here, or if everybody ran around and beat them all up. Alright, I guess we're gonna have to go up to where the difficult enemies are, especially because I believe it's nighttime for another 30 minutes. Time to go hit some Mordrum and see what we can cause for trouble.
I feel good.
Now as you can see, by the time he gets close to me, he's already done. I can switch to staff, buy myself a little bit at a time, throw in a couple dodges, add some more clones, and pretty much burst them down. Now normally the Mordrum are kind of annoying. I really don't like them because they're such a pain in the neck to kill, but I figured it would be good. See that dodge? Pulled me right out of that grab. I don't even know where that enemy went. I swear I killed it. Alright, let's pull another one in. Show you the dodge. Pulls you away from it, and he's focusing on your illusion. Just gotta make sure you keep a line of sight on him at all times. Alright, let's grab this airship thing while I'm here. So, I mean, all in all, it's all core skills like I've been trying to do, because I remember when I first got the game and then they had the expansions and everybody else is like, oh, well, I've got this and that, and I'm like, yeah, I don't, sorry. Alright, I don't know where this other guy came from, but
They'll have to hit much harder.
anyway, this will show how good it can do in a crazy situation. Throw out that Berserker, it should throw up 2 of them, and it mowed down everything but 1. And there we go. Tried to hit the diversion to show that I'm trying to kill this guy, but he apparently
Need help reaching
has
the
already
rally point.
did.
The
Alright.
sooner we reach the rally point with these supplies, the better.
Yeah, I hear you, NPC. You're gonna squawk all day long till somebody finally listens to you. Well, today is not gonna be that day for me. Alright, now that you've seen how it does in a normal-sized trash mob, let's go find a couple single enemies that have got a little bit of fight in them. The spiders are usually good for that. Oh, and one just popped right behind me. That's perfect. Alright, we'll throw some stuff at him.
They'll have to hit much harder. I feel good.
Now, normally a Mesmer cannot stand in front of an enemy and just keep taking hits, but as you can see, I'm not really too concerned. I guess we'll go over here and be a nice guy. I'll let this thing attack me a few times just so you can see. I do have toughness, even though I'm pretty well geared for everything else. And I get conditions on me, but I don't really care. Okay, so that was a pretty quick wrap-up, just to give you an idea on how the build works. This is a variation, I will say, of a build I found online, but instead of using Domination, they were using Mirage. And let's see here, and I will switch over real quick and show you for those that do have it. And it was middle, top, and for the Mirage it was, let's see here, game Regeneration when you Mirage Cloak, which when you dodge you throw up another clone and it kind of creates a Mirage, I guess, because that's when it seems to happen. Shadow skills give you vigor, This isn't really a shattering build, so that didn't matter to me. Gain protection when you cloak, that does help. Let's see here. When you gain Mirage Cloak, your illusions gain it too, so it even protects your illusions a little bit so they don't get totally beat up too. Alright, so go back to here, and once again we'll go back up and just show that this is all exotic gear, nothing fancy. Anything like this, you save up your loyals, ro laurels, or whatever the hell they call them, and I believe it's 30 a piece, and any of the laurel vendors should have these amulets and rings and stuff. You can get earrings for them, but I think they're more expensive unless you do fractals a lot. But anyway, it works out pretty good. As you can see, I've got a little over 2,000 armor, not much, just enough to take some whacks and still be alive. Good crit, close to 2,000 attack, so, you know, it works. 17,000 health pool, which is much better than my thief, even though I'm almost as squishy. So anyway, hopefully everybody enjoys that one, and we'll see if I can't pull together one of my other ones and create a nice core build for those that don't have the expansions. Keep in mind, I'm in the harder areas that isn't part of the core game, but it's just to show that they can take the abuse that you're going to need to put them through within the core game. So, I mean, it's one of those deals where I've looked up builds 1,000 times, and I went and I bought all my gear and stuff like that and changed all my traits, and they just didn't work. And I was like, well, now I'm at about 30 gold for absolutely no reason. But anyway, this will show you that it all works, and if you have any comments with variations or different things to tweak it and stuff like that, or maybe if you just try the build and it helps you out with some areas you have trouble with, just let me know, because that's what it's all about. Alright, have fun and enjoy your gaming.